Hi, I'm movieman. I'm an octopus who reviews movies, and today's review is going to be on.
Prepared for what is to come.
Okay, so it has taken me a week now to get to this one. Yeah, I deeply apologize that it's taken me so long to get to this one, but alright, without further ado, here we go now. Okay, so I went to see the film for myself last week. The movie for myself, and do I think it's as great as everyone has been saying it is? Well, the simple answer is yes, absolutely. I think this movie is just phenomenal, honestly. Like, this is, like, without a doubt, one of the best films of the year already. Like, oh boy, this movie was absolutely just phenomenal. Um, so to get like further into my thoughts on the movie, we'll start things off. The cinematography in the film is just absolutely amazing. Like, I'm not kidding. I think pretty much all of these shots are just outstanding. Like, this movie honestly has like probably the best cinematography of the whole year so far. Like, oh my gosh, the cinematography here just absolutely outstanding. Like, there are some absolutely brilliant shots in the movie, like with all these like shots of Arrakis, of like all the different like areas, like pretty much everything. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Like, this is really one of those films where you just have to see it on like a big screen, because like, seriously, like, what, just it looks absolutely outstanding. um and like, not to mention, like the coloring in this movie, like literally the colors of everything, like all of these, the looks of of everything, it's just absolutely amazing. Like, I mean, we have this one scene, like this whole entire sequence is set, well, the Harkonnens, like, we kind of see like where they live, like kind of their whole area, and like the whole sequence is all like in black and white. Honestly, just fits absolutely perfectly. Um, I think it really is outstanding. Like, yeah, so I think the cinematography in this film is just really amazing. Um, the editing in the movie, I think it is edited very well. Like, I mean, it is pretty much edited in a similar vein to the first movie. Like, I think, the way the movie was edited, I thought was done very well. like whenever there's like an edit or like a cut in the movie, it honestly it fits perfectly. I think it's done very well. Yeah, honestly, I think it's pretty much brilliant. As you're saying, like honestly, probably some of the best editing of the whole year. Um, so I think the editing in the movie is fantastic. Now as for the pacing in this movie, now obviously this is a rather long film. It's like 2 hours and 46 minutes, and like, well, I mean, I think it can kind of feel like a lot. It is definitely kind of a long movie, but like, despite the rather long runtime, though, like, like it goes by like so well. I don't think you're really bothered by the runtime at all. Like like I think what kind of helps is the fact that like compared to the first film, there's actually a lot of action sequences in the movie. Like there is actually a good amount of action sequences in the film, and I think these kind of help make the runtime better. Kind of help make the movie not feel as long as it is. Yeah, so I thought like the pacing was very even with the kind of the story and the narrative. Like everything was paced very well story wise, I thought. So yeah, I thought the pace in this movie was absolutely brilliant. The sounds and music in this movie, like I gotta say, I thought like a lot of the sound effects used were pretty brilliant, honestly. Like I thought the movie was very good, like sound wise. Um, and yeah, I have to say as well, the music in this film, like the score in this movie, I think is honestly just outstanding in my opinion. Like I'm not gonna lie, the score in this movie is absolutely phenomenal. Like oh my gosh, there's scenes where it just booms, and like it's just so impactful honestly. Like oh boy, this really is an absolutely outstanding score. So yeah, the score in this movie is just absolutely outstanding. So now we get to the characters and the performances from the cast. Now, obviously, there is a lot of characters in this movie. Like, this movie has a huge ensemble cast. So, because of that, I don't think I can really go into every single character individually. I'll kind of talk about like some like very important characters, but let's just say I will definitely be sure to give like a few supporting cast performers shout outs soon enough. But anyways, let's talk about some of our main players here. Starting things off, we of course have our main character, Paul Atreides, and I've got to say, I loved what this movie did with his character. Like they pretty much continue on from the first movie, but basically in this film, they kind of delve a bit more into like how he's being prophesized as, you know, the Messiah that he's going to be the one to lead the Fremen to victory. And I've got to say, I love, how the movie kind of delves into this whole aspect. I'll kind of talk more about this later, but like what they did with Paul's character, like his continuation, his growth from the first movie. I gotta say, it is honestly very good, in my opinion. I think I love what the movie did with his character in this film, how they continued his character in the first movie, how they expanded upon it in this film. Like, and I loved kind of what they did with his character. Um, in terms of the performance, I got to say, Timothy Chalamet, he does honestly a fantastic performance in this movie. Like, I think his performance in this film pretty much is actually better than his performance in the first movie. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I honestly think this is probably the best performance I've seen of his. Like, I thought he did genuinely such a great job in this movie. Yeah, I thought he was fantastic here. So next up we have Paul's love interest, Johnny. Now Johnny wasn't really in the first movie that much. Like I mean, of course she narrates the film at the start, but she only kind of appears in it kind of in the film's climax. So yeah, she wasn't really a huge character in the first movie, but however, in this film though, she is given a way larger role in this film. Like, she is in this movie way more than she was in the first film. But I've got to say, I pretty much loved her character in this. Like her relationship, her romance with Paul, like, I mean, what they did with it, I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely was not really expecting how they were gonna go about this, and I was genuinely pretty surprised. The route they took with her character is kind of like how she doesn't really kind of believe in this whole prophecy, and the whole thing about the Messiah. I gotta say, I pretty much loved how the movie delved into that. Like what they did with her character, I was not expecting it, but I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely loved what they did with her character. And I thought Zendaya was honestly great in this. I thought she was fantastic in this movie. In fact, this might honestly be my favorite performance of hers. Was I thought she did a genuinely fantastic performance in this movie. Loved what this movie did with her character. Another important character who I should talk about is Jessica, who is of course Paul's mother. In this film, without getting too much into it, she basically becomes the Fremen's reverend mother, and as happening, she's of course pregnant with Paul's younger sister. I'm not not gonna lie, I honestly really liked what they did with Jessica in this movie. Like, I'm not gonna lie, her character in this film, like, she actually, without getting too much into it, she actually became genuinely a bit frightening in this movie. Like, I'm not gonna lie, she could honestly be genuinely kind of scary in this with her character at times. I wasn't expecting the film to kind of do that with her character, but I'm not gonna lie, I really liked it though. Like in terms of performance, Rebecca Ferguson, I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was fantastic in this film. Like, this is probably the best performance I've seen of hers. Like, she's genuinely really frightening in this role. I thought she played a great part in this film. Uh, yeah, I really liked what they did with her character in this. Um, like again, as I said, I'm not gonna get too much. I won't discuss a lot of the other characters in like the movie, like a lot of the supporting players, but one character who I do want to talk about is Fade Rotha. Oh my god, this guy, he was fun. A, definitely quite a kind of a fun character, but oh boy, he could honestly be really intimidating at times. Like, oh my god, like, this is the kind of guy who I would not want to be in the same room as. Like, oh boy, this guy, this motherfucker, he is genuinely so intimidating. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely loved his character in this. And oh man, in terms of the performance, like, after seeing Austin Butler in this role, I genuinely cannot imagine him as Elvis anymore. Like, this is such a different role from Elvis. Like, he is so intimidating here, and yes, he does a superb job in this role. Oh boy, he was frightening yet fun. I gotta say, I was a huge fan of his character. Oh man, he was so great in this. But yeah, I think pretty much the entire cast like did like absolutely great jobs. Like, it's like you had like a great contrast. Like, some characters I thought were very entertaining, but then other characters then I thought were like kind of genuinely a bit threatening. Like, you had a great blend, a great contrast there. Like, I will give a lot of the supporting performers credit. Like, I mean, I already gave credit to like the entire cast. I think they're all great in these roles. Like, I've already brought up like Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, Austin Butler, but like, a lot of the other cast members like Javier Bardem, Josh Brolin, Dave Bautista, Stellan Skarsgård, Charlotte Rampling, Leah Seydoux, Christopher Walken, Florence Pugh. Oh, stop, get off the street. Small enough roles in the film, but oh boy, they play these roles so goddamn well. Like, I thought pretty much everyone brought absolutely superb jobs to this film. So yeah, I thought like the characters were all brilliant, and the entire cast did absolutely superb jobs. It's kind of hard, like kind of finding like standouts in the cast when literally I thought so many of the actors in the film did such genuinely great performances. So yeah, overall, fantastic characters and fantastic acting from everyone involved. Plot of this film, like, it very much carries on from the plot of the first Dune movie, but like, this film kind of really, it delves more kind of into like the rebellion and like how the Fremen kind of start to rise up, but like I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely really liked how like the film it went into a lot more things from the first movie. Like it very much as it is, like it kind of there was a lot of growth to this film. Like I love how it really as is bring a lot more to the story. I felt and like I love how the movie delves more into everything. Like I'm not gonna lie, the movie genuinely has like a great plot. I love how the movie like it delved into like there's like kind of these themes like kind of about like a messiah and into it or like I like it kind of delves into if like kind of a prophecy or kind of if it's actually like really a prophecy to be fulfilled or like if it's kind of just something kind of used. Basically, it delves like into there's definitely a lot of conflicts, which the movie kind of really delves a lot into. And it's honestly kind of hard for me to like really explain everything, like, but oh boy, like I thought the movie did an absolutely superb job with all of this. Like I really did a genuinely great job. It's like especially like adding on from the first movie and all these like themes of conflict, of like prophecies and like if it's actually meant it, if it's worth. It's like honestly, I think the movie does a fantastic job delving into all of this. So yeah, I thought the plot from this movie and how it adds from the first movie, I thought it did an absolutely outstanding job. Like as for the narrative structure in the film, now obviously the movie there's like a lot of subplots in the film because like obviously we have like a lot of characters, so we're kind of having to delve a lot into everything. Like the movie delves into like um Paul's whole subplot, like kind of like how like his role as the Messiah is meant to be fulfilled, and we of course have like how like Johnny about like how if like kind of she buys into it. Like and the movie kind of it delves like into the Harkonnens, the Fremen, the Ben Gesserit, like you've definitely got like a lot of things that the movie kind of delves into, like definitely a lot of world building here, but honestly I think the way the movie is able to balance everything, kind of really tell the story to its fullest, I think it honestly does an outstanding job with which the film has the movie presented. But despite like featuring so much in this film, I thought it honestly did like an absolutely fantastic job, blending it all together, making it like actually feel like a proper story, a proper like narrative structure. I thought it did an absolutely fantastic job with this. So yeah, overall, I think pretty much everyone was right about this movie. Like, this film is just absolutely phenomenal. Like, this movie is without a doubt one of the best films of the year. Like, oh my god, this movie was outstanding. Like, in terms of like the cinematography, the editing, the pacing, the score, the characters, the performances, the plot, like pretty and like just like how it delved into everything. The movie just did an absolutely phenomenal job with it. Yeah, this movie was just absolutely amazing in my opinion. Like this really is a movie which is worth seeing in cinemas. Like, oh my gosh, this movie was outstanding. Just what a phenomenal movie. Really, definitely one of the best films of the year so far. And if you have not yet seen it, then I think it is without a doubt a must watch. So with that, I'm going to give Dune Part 2 a very well deserved 10 out of 10. So with that, I'll see you guys next time, and bye.